Hello folks, Reverend Crystal Cox, and I've had quite a few people ask me about how do I begin to connect with Spirit. I want to be a spiritual person. I grew up studying the Bible, or they have had no connection to Spirit at all and they don't know where to begin. So basically, I love my crystal. You don't necessarily have to work with crystals, and you don't have to work with any sort of tool at all. You just have to have you. Nature's good, getting barefoot and getting on the dirt, getting in the water. But those things are great, connecting with nature, with Mother God, with the Great Spirit. But all you really need is you. You talk to your guides and angels and just begin. So basically, you start by talking to yourself. Probably not out loud on a bus or something, because, might be a little bit socially, but you can do it in your head, right? So where do I begin? So I'm talking to my higher self. I'm saying, how do I connect more with you? How do I connect more with Spirit? What can I do to be a part of raising the vibration of Mother Earth and her people and animals? And there seems to be so much negative going on in the world. What can I do to bring you more positive? What can I do to have a better life? Start by asking the questions. Asking higher self. Praying. Okay, you don't have to have your hands crossed to pray. This is energy. So putting your hands together, vibrating them, having, your hands together, that creates a higher energy. Energy in your hands. Energy is a big deal. You can put your hands together or not. Just be sitting, on the bus or, wherever you're sitting. And if you're driving, you could just be doing it in your head, or if you're driving alone, you can just talk. And for me, I talk to Mother God, the Great Spirit, my guides and angels, all available angels with the most benevolent of results. I try to call in everybody I know. Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Goddess Mott, Goddess Diana. I really try to bring them all in to help me out. So you really just, you're calling angels, you're calling archangels, but you're talking to your higher self, and you're kind of letting it be known what you want. Now, a lot of people believe in, fate and things just happening to you and stuff, and I guess, that plays in too, but if you don't let your life know what you want, then whatever happens, right? So if you're just, like, say you're driving down the road and you're not driving your car, if you let go of the wheel or something, I mean, you might get hit by other cars, probably flip, could go through a store, who knows what's going to happen, right? You have to be in charge of your vehicle. You have to be in charge of your human vehicle. What do you want? Okay? You have to state out loud or state in your mind. You have to let it be known what you want. Now, your thoughts tell your body and your life and your spirit guides what you want, and then they go about creating that. They take your thoughts literal. So if you're thinking, I'm unhealthy, or this is happening to me, or I'm poor, or I'm this, or I got too many bills, if you're thinking about that all the time, you're creating more of that. Okay? What your thoughts create your reality. All right? So basically, you're kind of ordering up every day what you want by what you're thinking. So connecting with Spirit every day is important, because it's important to let your human vehicle, your life, know what you want and be directed by you. Otherwise, other cars, can run into you, or, disease comes in, whatever, all manner of stuff just kind of comes in and out of your life. And if you're not really in control, or even stating what it is that you actually really want, then how does the cells of your body, your spirit guides, your angels, your higher self know what to bring to you, for you, or create, if you don't even know, or if you don't state it, or if you're always thinking, woe is me, or you're always looking at your phone, you always got information coming in from everyone else, and you're not just sitting in quiet and just be. And just sometimes just sit in silence and not necessarily talk to Spirit, not think about anything. Just try to think about nothing, which is, of course, hard. But then other times just sit and try to think about positive. Think about the way things would be that you want them, not necessarily as how they are. Like, instead of thinking about the $4,000 a month going out and $2,000 a month coming in, think about maybe just the $2,000 coming in. Or think about $10,000 a month coming in. Think about what job you might want to do that you would love. Think about what's fun. Think about things that are joyful, even if it's just a meal you like. Don't spend all of your time thinking, woe is me, or thinking about, if the doctors told you some disease they have, some man-made disease. there's tons of information out there, spiritual, new age, metaphysical, and lately I've read quite a bit of that, Melissa Scott's information too, and scriptural based. Your doctor's not the end all be all. Okay, folks, doctors, they lie. Doctors don't necessarily know. Doctors work for pharmaceutical companies. Doctors give you generic information. It is your job, your connection with spirit. And if you don't even know where to start, just sit down and pray and say, look, Spirit, show me what I need to know. I've been diagnosed with this, and then you can name it or whatever, and show me the information I need to know. I want to live, or I want to be healthy. And then be open to being led to that information. These are all made up diseases. Basically, if you get the toxins out and you get the nutrients in, you can cure anything. Okay, and if you don't know how, take it to Spirit. You can't just give up based on what someone else tells you, anyone else. Even if they're a doctor, your best friend, your mother, your kid, they're not the answer. Spirit's the answer, okay? God, Mother God, Great Spirit is the answer, okay? So you pray for help and a sign, and you pray to be shown. You let your intentions be known. And that's kind of how you get started in a connection, deeper connection to Spirit, is just talking. Not necessarily listening to your friends, not listening to naysayers. I love spiritual information. I study spiritual information of all denominations. I study every single day. I pray several times a day. I pray probably a dozen times a day, minimum. I read, I don't read book cover to cover. But I probably read through a dozen books a day. That's just because that's what I'm interested in. You have to trust your calling and trust your bliss. But you just begin by just talking to Spirit, whether it's in your head or sitting down out loud, or going to nature, going for a walk, and just kind of talking about it. If you're just constantly influenced by music and movies and news and other people in your life and the needs of your kids and the needs of your spouse and all this stuff outside of you, you don't really take that time to let yourself know what you want. You might be saying, of course I know what I want. I am me. Right, you are you. But you have a higher self. You have spirit guides. Every cell in your body has its own kind of mind, So you are in charge, but you're not taking charge. You're all just willy-nilly, You're like this puppet without no puppeteer. And things are just happening to you, but they're not things that you want, because you're not saying, this is what I want. So you might want a healthy, vibrant life and success and all this stuff, but what you're coming out of your mouth and your body's hearing you and your spirit guides are hearing is that I'm fat and I'm diseased and the doctor said this and the doctor said that and my kids, they never call me and I got no money and my bills always outweigh my in money, and then you're creating that. You're saying that, okay, now we got something to go on. So your spirit guides and all your cells in your body go, that's what she wants, and they're going to create that. Okay? So you can start by your own thoughts, prayer, and intentions of what it is that you actually want your life to be. All right. God bless you all.